Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today we're going to be doing a video about Workhorse stock. Before I start the video, guys, please make sure to leave a like on the video below. Subscribe to the channel for more awesome content. Join the family, guys. Let's go on our investor journey together. So today we're going to be doing a video about Workhorse stock. And if you guys don't know what Workhorse stock actually is, Workhorse is an EV company. They produce EV delivery vans. And this stock has been getting a lot of heat recently. If we go together to the 1 week chart, this thing is up over 47%. And a lot of people are wondering why. Why did Workhorse stock all of a sudden pop? Why did Workhorse stock all of a sudden start rising so much? Well, Workhorse in itself is a very good business idea. I've said this time and time again in previous videos that I think the specific niche that Workhorse is actually entering is a very smart business niche. Like I said, everywhere around the world uses delivery vans, and the fact that, this company is offering a fully electric delivery van is just absolutely amazing. Now, Workhorse currently has two delivery vans. It's the C650 and the C1000. And the cool thing about Workhorse is these vans are already made. They've already passed all their certifications and they're all ready to go. So that does give the company a competitive advantage because Workhorse stock actually has the vans made. And it's not like other EV companies where they're just speculations or ideas. Like, this company is ready to go. Now, we all know the surrounding news with Workhorse stock as far as the USPS deal, and I believe we're getting that deal somewhere in the second quarter of this year, so it's coming up pretty soon. And basically, Workhorse and USPS are in talks of potentially rolling out 180 million delivery vans to replace their mail trucks. And the overall deal is valued at $7 to $8 billion, which is just absolutely massive. But that's actually why Workhorse stock had kind of started to surface a little bit. That's why Workhorse kind of started getting a lot of heat in the early days. But the stock kind of was not doing well for a little bit. But within recent news, and this is what actually made Workhorse stock and the overall Workhorse group actually start to skyrocket, is President Biden actually was signing a Buy America executive order on Monday of this week. And he basically made a comment that he had major implications for Workhorse group. And he said that basically the federal government was going to replace all its commercial vehicles, its fleet of vehicles. They're going to replace it with an American-made company who makes basically electric commercial vehicles, which basically is what Workhorse stock actually does, which caused the stock to make a huge, massive rally. And like I said, if you guys take a look at it all together, this is a pretty huge deal right here. The fact that Workhorse stock could be rolling out potential commercial vehicles, electric commercial vehicles for the government in itself. And so this really did put it all together. Now, taking a look at it in general, the U.S. government owns approximately 645,000 vehicles. So to replace all those with electric delivery vehicles is just going to be absolutely amazing. All electric commercial vehicles. And this is awesome. And what also made the stock pop as well as Joe Biden basically said that it's going to be an American company who's going to be supplying these vans. It's not going to be any foreign company, which sent Workhorse stock actually flying. Now, my current investment in Workhorse stock, I actually own a few hundred shares, around an average of $18, because I've said time and time again that I do like the business idea of Workhorse stock. I think the company is very innovative, and with the EV market growing out in rampant paces, like the EV market is very explosive, I know that Workhorse stock was going to do well, not just based on the fact that it's an EV company, but like I said, I do like its business ideas. And the thing is, like I said, aside from Workhorse actually being in talks with USPS, now the US government potentially, and on top of all that, they're already making contracts with other companies. So the company is going to be absolutely huge. You cannot really sleep on the fact that there's a company out there that's offering a full electric delivery van. Not only does it save on maintenance costs, but gas, and they're just well better rounded altogether. Now, here's the big question. Should you buy Workhorse stock at $33.42? Is the stock worth the investment right now? Obviously, everything I say in my videos is not financial advice. It's just my personal opinion, but I do think the Workhorse stock is worth a buy at $33.34. The reason I say this is because Workhorse stock is going to be growing for a very long time. Like I said, it's in a very competitive niche, but the fact is Workhorse doesn't have to compete with companies like Tesla and NIO and all these big time companies because their specialties are in different avenues. Like I said, they produce electric commercial vehicles or electric delivery vans altogether. This company does have a lot of explosive potential to be a huge EV company and to, like I said, to provide the US government with 645,000 vehicles. Like, that's just going to be absolutely massive. And with USPS deals still looming, if that deal does go through, like, this stock is going to just shoot upward. Now, my overall price target on Workhorse, I do think Workhorse stock can hit $50 to $60 by the end of the year. The reason I say this, like I said, with the EV market consistently growing super quickly, it's only going to push Workhorse stock shares higher. But like I said, now that Workhorse stock is now landing more deals with more potentially big deals, like I said, having deals with potentially USPS and the US government is going to shoot the stock in a very high position. And on top of all that, like I said, they're in a very specific business niche where all around the United States and all around the world, companies all use delivery vans to a certain extent. So the fact that eventually like all these are going to be switched out for EV delivery vans is going to give Workhorse a competitive advantage altogether. So this company does have a lot of long-term potential. This company definitely has seen a lot of growth over the last week. Like I said, if we go back to the 1 week chart, this thing grew 40%, and it's just absolutely amazing. If we take a look at it, this thing had a high of almost $40. And even taking a look at the 1 month chart, it's up 58%. So the stock has been doing pretty well for itself. And I do expect the growth to continue from here. I don't expect Workhorse stock to actually stop growing. Like I said, once it starts striking up more deals, and if Workhorse actually lands the USPS deal, this could actually shoot the stock upward a lot more. And I do believe in the long-term potential on the business idea of Workhorse. Like I said, it's super innovative in the fact that Workhorse is tackling it and it's more established than a lot of other EV companies. This could give Workhorse a competitive advantage in the United States, and it could give it a competitive advantage over a bunch of different companies. Now, diving in a little bit deeper, yes, I can understand there's always the risk because right now with the USPS deal, it's just talks, right? But like I said, by the second quarter of this year, we should have an answer about the USPS deal just because COVID did delay everything. But I'm pretty sure that Workhorse stock is going to get the USPS deal. I believe its only main competitor it has to worry about is Ford. But the thing is, Workhorse actually has the vans already made, while Ford does not. I believe Ford plans to start production for those vans in 2022. The fact that Workhorse has these vans ready to go, the C650s, the C1000 that are grounded, that have driven miles, they've passed their certifications, it just goes to show that Workhorse is ready. It's established itself as a company enough to be able to start striking deals with other companies and really just pushing this forward. President Biden did Workhorse a huge favor here by making sure that they're getting their commercial vehicles, the electric ones, from a U.S. company. And Workhorse happens to fit that description absolutely perfect. But like I said, what makes me overall more bullish on Workhorse in itself is just the overall fact that its specific target and its specific business niche is very smart, it's very creative, and it does establish itself a little bit different than a bunch of other EV companies. Like I said, Workhorse doesn't have to compete with Tesla. It doesn't have to compete with NIO. It doesn't have to compete with all these big-time EV companies because Workhorse doesn't produce EV cars. It doesn't have to specifically produce EV cars to try to compete with all these other big-time EV companies. Workhorse is an EV company, yes, but it does not have to compete by making the same vehicles that other basically EV companies are making, which does put Workhorse stock at an advantage to absolutely grow and to absolutely be a massive company. With that being said, guys, that's all I really have to say about the video. Let me know down in the comment section below, guys, what you think of Workhorse stock. Do you guys think Workhorse stock is worth a buy at $33.50? If you guys own Workhorse stock, how many shares do you guys own and what's your average?